unheard of, or so high that it's unheard of. 49 roentgens per hour, I think, or per minute. I don't know. So somebody knows. It's very, very high. They took rocks, plants, and even some parts of the post to a laboratory because the radiation was as high or higher than Chernobyl. Okay? They were scared, but they found that the plants, the rocks, and everything there didn't have the radiation in it. Then they took the Geiger again, and they found the same energy there. What proves that the energy is just there floating. It's in the space. It's like a hole in the space. And this is why this is probably the most important case ever, because any scientist can go there now with a Geiger counter and have exactly the same readings. The energy is still there since March the 20th. The same level. It hasn't reduced a bit. For that reason, I challenge any scientist, any American crew, any media that wants to go there and take the special equipment and measure there if there is energy, and they are going to find it. If they find it, then they will have to accept that it's not understandable what is going on there. We have, for the first time, physical evidence, something that we never had in the UFO encounters. It's very difficult to have that kind of evidence. I hope that someone takes this challenge in the US and takes the risk and go there and do their own investigation. This is... This is José Alonso Herrera, and this is David Espada. These are the two kids, 18-year-old kids. This is the phone that they use. After I presented this video, some people were saying that I paid these kids some like $1,000 to produce the video, and that they were selling the phone in $200,000.
This is the test made by scientist Jorge Guerrero at the sighting.
He's a master in science, Jorge Guerrero, in physics, mathematics, and astronomy.
Now look at the readings of the Geiger counter. Look at the readings at the top, and the scientist says, and there is more. There is more, but my counter doesn't give me more, but there are more. So he defined this disturbance in the air or in the space. He defined it as a quantum vortex.
It's at the top. It's at the top. They couldn't read more.
So he is completely surprised and disconcerted by this strange, extremely rare phenomena. He is explaining how this counter works, how it's reading something extremely unusual, and also expressing his disconcert and wondering what is happening right here. We don't understand. We have to continue. But the most important thing is when they were approaching, before they get to the exact spot, the counter was reading nothing. And just when they got near to the spot, then the
away. Just 4 meters away the spot.
When they approached to the lamppost, then the counter began reading to the top.
There is a distortion in space and time in the place. What he thinks is that a dimensional vortex open and close. That's what really things he happened, and the energy remains there, has remained there for so long, and I think it will remain even longer.
Now, this analysis made by scientist Jorge Guerrero confirms as a fact that an extremely rare phenomena took place in this exact spot in this neighborhood, in this point, an extremely rare phenomena that is still existing down there.
And at this moment, he's explaining that the radiation doesn't get into his body and doesn't get into the animals or plants or the people that is around. Otherwise, this area should have been emptied, evacuated, because he thought it was dangerous, but nothing happens. And here's where he's saying this is not explainable.
And this finding is one of his most discussed and disconcerting findings for him, scientists, because he cannot explain how is it possible that with this high amounts of radiation that cannot harm people. And you are seeing them, they all are there, and they don't feel sick, they don't feel anything unusual. And these tests were made before, along with the media. They gathered the media, the newspaper, and also the researchers. They made these tests in front of the media, in front of the researchers, in front of the people, so there was no doubt about what they were going to find down there. If they will not find anything, they will go as well. But then the attitude of the newspaper changed since that day.
I am now paying these scientists to make a whole investigation on this. He has taken more than 20 readings so far. We're going to publish a book. We're going to present a full investigation, because now we think that any time that there is a report on an abduction or a presence of these creatures, we should take these counters, these machines, to measure the energy there, because I think we found a way many times these creatures can be transported into Earth. I believe there is a relation between this and what we got in Ramos Arizpe, this hole in the sky. I think we are now understanding how all this is happening.
Now, at the end of this stage of the investigation, the scientist Jorge Guerrero made a challenge on national TV to other scientists from Mexico, not only from Yucatan, to come to this place, to make their own test, and to compare his findings, his results. And 3 universities from Mérida responded to that challenge and sent in different times their own team of professors and scientists to make the same test, the same analysis, and the 3 of them found exactly the same result. So that's the actual status of this investigation.